Welcome to Food Phase, the YouTube hideout where flavor bombs duke it out, stomachs call the shots, and we're all just chasing the next explosive bite. Today, we're throwing two culinary heavyweights into the ring. Asian and Latin food will collide. Spicy, umami, and tasty. Picture this: soy sauce splashing into salsa, chilies doing the tango with sesame oil, and rice and tortillas teaming up like they're plotting a tasty world takeover. Is it a stroke of brilliance, a gourmet fever dream, or a flavor meltdown begging for a timeout? Let's dig in and find out. Your taste buds might just thank us, or send us a strongly worded email. Asian and Latin cuisines might sound like they're from opposite sides of the flavor galaxy. One's simmering pho and rolling sushi, the other is charring chiles and stacking tamales. But these two have been swapping kitchen secrets longer than your grandma's been perfecting her adobo. We're cracking open this delicious mashup with a foodie's curiosity, a MasterChef-worthy twist, and a peek at some Michelin star magic, all without losing our chill. Ready? Let's cook up some chaos. Before we start tossing ingredients like culinary confetti, let's hop in the time machine DeLorean. Because who doesn't love a food video with a side of history nerd? Way back in the 1500s, Spanish explorers crashed into the Philippines, hunting for treasure, but accidentally kicking off a flavor swap that's still got legs. Chilies from Mexico stowed away to China, turning Sichuan into a spicy paradise that'd make even the toughest foodies sweat. Meanwhile, Asian rice and soy sauce sailed over to Latin America, sliding into tortilla territory like they own the place. It's basically the original fusion food fest. No hashtags required. Now, let's crank that time machine to full throttle, because things were just heating up, literally. When the Spanish explorers arrived in the Philippines, they weren't just bringing religion and swords. They brought a culinary passport. Asian spices, techniques, and ingredients began to mingle with Latin American staples. Picture this: a chili pepper from Mexico meeting a soy sauce bottle from China at a street food stall. It's like a foodie version of a buddy cop movie. Spicy, salty, and ready to take down bland food, one bite at a time. But wait, the flavor exchange wasn't just limited to chili and rice. Thanks to the Manila Galleon trade, basically the 16th century Amazon Prime, silk, spices, and ceramics weren't the only things making the trip across the Pacific. Imagine this: giant ships braving typhoons, packed with delicacies destined to change dinner tables forever. Roll some B-roll of turbulent seas with spices dramatically spilling over. Editors, a slow-mo shot of chilies tumbling into a wooden table would be chef's kiss. And get this, the Spaniards didn't just take flavors, they gave some back. Asian chefs got their hands on cacao from Mexico and boom, hot chocolate with a spicy twist was born. Can you imagine the first person who mixed chocolate and chili? Absolute culinary chaos, but in the best way. As trade routes flourished, culinary experimentation skyrocketed. Noodles from China wiggled their way into Latin kitchens, dancing next to plantains destined for tostones. Let's get a split screen here. One side with a wok tossing noodles sky high, the other with golden plantains sizzling in a pan. The vibe? Crunchy, chewy, and 100% delicious. But here's the kicker: migration. In the late 1800s, waves of Asian immigrants brought cooking techniques that would forever change Latin cuisine. Think stir-fried beef meeting the smoky char of a taco stand. It wasn't just food, it was a culinary glow-up. From Peru's lomo saltado, a beef stir-fry with soy sauce swagger, to the sweet and savory delights of Filipino-Mexican fusion, these dishes weren't confused. They were iconic. Meanwhile, Asian rice and soy sauce sailed over to Latin America, sliding into tortilla territory like they owned a place. It's basically the original fusion food fest. No hashtags required. Take vindaloo, that Indian curry with a fiery kick and a vinegar tang. It's got Portuguese fingerprints all over it, blending Asian spice with Latin vibes. Or swing by Mexico, where you can snag fried rice with a salsa chaser at a Chinese joint. This isn't just fusion, it's history serving up a plate of told you so. And trust us, it's tastier than any textbook. Now, let's get messy in the kitchen, because what's a food experiment without a little pandemonium? We've got Team Asia rolling in with soy sauce, ginger, and chilies that make a dragon uncle cry. Then there's Team Latin, armed with lime, cilantro, and salsa so bold it could headline its own cooking show. The goal? 3 dishes that smack these worlds together into something edible, or at least something we can flex on social media. Dish 1, Korean barbecue tacos. Juicy bulgogi beef marinated in that sweet soy glow gets cozy in a tortilla with kimchi slaw and a zesty lime squeeze. It's Seoul and Mexico City throwing a street food party, and everyone's invited. Could this snag a Michelin star? Maybe if he plated it on a tiny square dish, but honestly, it's already been a vibe with much thanks to Chef Roy Choi. If you haven't heard of him, he's just Los Angeles' Korean taco food truck hero and phenom who melded the two cuisines like bread and butter. If you want to get to know more about Roy, and I think you should, go check out the inspirational documentary called Broken Bread. Dish 2, chili lime fried rice. Sticky jasmine rice meets Mexican chili de árbol heat, a splash of soy, and a zesty lime finish that screams, I'm fancy but fun. It's like a MasterChef pressure test dish. Simple ingredients, big payoff. One bite and you'll be wondering why this isn't on every menu from Bangkok to Baja. And dish 3, adobo empanadas. Filipino chicken adobo, vinegar sharp and soy deep, wrapped in a crispy empanada shell. It's Asia and Latin America sharing a culinary high five. High-end joints like Manila's Toyo Eatery could charge a fortune for this, but we're keeping it real. No velvet ropes required. So why does this fusion even work? Simple. Asian and Latin kitchens are all about going big or going home. Chilies are the ultimate wingmen. Thai's bird's eye or Mexican serrano. They're the spicy thread stitching this quilt together. Rice and tortillas? They're the unsung heroes, soaking up every drop of glory. Add a splash of soy or a squirt of lime and you've got a dish that could strut onto the menus of LA King's Kogi Barbecue or Peru Central. Fancy enough to impress, chill enough to devour. High-end spots are all over this vibe. Think Bangkok's Gagan An and spiking curry with tortilla crumbs, or Mexico City's Pujol, tossing soy into ceviche like it's no big deal. MasterChef contestants would kill for these combos. Bold moves, big rewards. But here's the kicker. Overdo the chilies and it's a 5-alarm fire. Too much soy in your salsa? You're drinking soup. It's all about that sweet spot. A culinary cage match where tamarind tangles with tamales, and miso crashes the mole party. It's a deliciously chaotic world where Asian and Latin flavors collide. And we mean collide. We're talking about high-end spots that are riding this flavor fusion wave hard. Think Bangkok's Gagan An, where curry gets a rebellious twist with tortilla crumbs. Because why not? Or Mexico City's Pujol, casually spiking ceviche with soy like it's seasoning 101. These chefs aren't just cooking, they're playing flavor Jenga with a culinary rulebook. MasterChef contestants would literally throw down for these combos. Bold moves, big rewards, and probably a few burnt tongues. But hey, fusion isn't all fireworks and Michelin stars. Nope, one wrong move and you've got culinary chaos. Overdo the chilies? Congrats, you've unlocked a 5-alarm fire level of spice-induced existential crisis. Your mouth's melting, your soul's questioning its life choices, and your friends are posting your reactions on TikTok. On the flip side, drown your salsa in soy sauce and guess what? You're sipping soy soup. Delicious? Meh. Tragic? Absolutely. The line between genius and gastrointestinal regret is razor thin, and this fusion game plays dirty. It's a balancing act, really. A delicate dance where wasabi waltzes with jalapeno, and sriracha slow dances with chipotle. Get it right, and you've got umami-packed glory with a side of street cred. Get it wrong, and well, it's a spicy slip and slide to flavor disaster. But hey, isn't that the fun of it? The sweet spot is where the magic happens. But missing the mark? That's where the stories live. The laughs, the tears, the frantic gulps of horchata, it's all part of the vibe. And there you have it, food phasers. Next time you're tempted to toss kimchi into your enchiladas or sprinkle furikake over your flan, just go for it. High risk, high reward, baby. And if it all goes sideways, at least you'll have a hilarious story and a scorched palate to show for it. When Asian and Latin food collide, it's a spicy, tasty free-for-all with a hint of that, wait, what just happened? These cuisines have been trading tricks since forever. And whether it's a Michelin star glow-up or a street food banger, we're obsessed. What's your verdict? Genius or glorious chaos? Toss your thoughts in the comments and shout out the next fusion we should wrestle, because we're basically flavor pirates now. If this got your hunger pangs humming, smash that like button like it's a rogue empanada. Subscribe to Food Phase for more food adventures. And hit the bell so you don't miss a crumb. Until next time, keep your pantry stocked and your forks fearless. See you in the next flavor fray.